Is it surprising that companies are using slave labor to help make a profit? Look at the United States. Companies can lease prison labor because in the United States, you can be turned into slave as a punishment for a crime.
Tonight, mounting allegations over forced labor camps in China. Two major global companies now under fire by Canada's ethics watchdog over claims that they have benefited from labor done by Uyghurs, an ethnic Muslim minority that for years human rights groups say have been forced to work in factories across China. A report released by the watchdog saying they received complaints by a coalition of 28 Canadian organizations alleging Nike Canada has or have had supply chain relationships with at least 6 Chinese companies identified as using or benefiting from Uyghur forced labor. Another report saying mining company Dynasty Gold's operations in the province of Xinjiang, with a population of nearly 11 million Uyghurs, did the same.
Those people are not there just working those companies by their own free will.
NBC's Keir Simmons has been covering the Uyghur community for years now.
With pictures of missing loved ones, every one of these Uyghurs has a story of families torn apart.
Back in 2019, he visited what China calls re-education camps, designed to rid them of what China claims are extremist thoughts.
The director, in a rare on-camera description, tells us they prevent terrorist thoughts from developing.
So, yeah, they're trying to, brainwash people into worshipping the Chinese government.
We focus on changing their minds, he says.
But many Uyghurs say they are concentration camps. And the U.S. State Department says more than 1 million Uyghurs have been detained since 2017. And the Department of Labor estimates that of those, nearly 100,000 may be working in forced labor conditions.
They are forced to work just like a robot. They are not allowed to speak with their own native language. They are not allowed to practice any religious duties.
Both Nike and Dynasty Gold did not return NBC's request for comment on the allegations regarding forced labor. But in a response to the complaint, Nike said that they do not source products from Xinjiang or use textiles and spun yarn from the region, and adding they don't have any relationship with 3 of the companies mentioned in the report, and that Nike Inc. has confirmed that their contract suppliers are not using textiles from that region and that their code of conduct prohibits forced labor. Dynasty Gold's response to the complaint is that it does not have operational control over the mine in Xinjiang and that these allegations arose after it left the region. Valerie Castro, NBC News.